Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your girl Alicia X Life. Today, we are talking about Thoma. The reason you should be rolling for Thoma. Now, we have had shield characters in the game for quite a while now, and we know that Zhongli is the strongest shield character they could ever make. But Thoma is built different. The reason why you should be rolling for Thoma, even if you already have Zhongli, is the fact that he doesn't do what... Zhongli's a Geo character. He creates crystallized effects, crystallize in general, but he doesn't actually resonate well with animal characters. Or even for, in fact, like, I guess vaporize in general too, like for hydro characters. But like, the huge thing about if you ran Thoma instead is that if you have a character like Venti, you have a character like, especially Xiao. Xiao is a huge one for this. And then Kazuha. But definitely if you have Xiao, is that one of the biggest issues you run into as a swirl character is that you need to be reinitiating reactions to create higher swirl damage and higher swirl yields. But as Thoma, when you have his shield out and you have his ultimate out, you get the bursts of fire over time, which is what makes him so beneficial, because you get to reignite enemies with the burst while still being a Xiao, for example. So if you're doing plunging attacks, you get to have your swirl damage, your pyro, your swirl initiate again, and that just creates such a massive damage amp that is obscene. And it's like that on top of it stacking, on top of the damage that you output helping its absorption rate. Like, all of those things combined makes one of the best shield characters they could have ever designed. Like, for me, this entire time, I was like, how are you possibly going to make a shield character that could compete with Zhongli? They need to hit two things. I talk about this all the time, is that when you create a character in Genshin, they need to do more than just either deal damage, and they need to do more than just be able to, like, keep you safe or keep you healed, right? They need to have something that benefits the entire comp. Like Bennett. Bennett heals, but he also creates damage amp. That's why Bennett's one of the strongest characters in the game. And, like, you need to have that constantly happening for that to be a strong 5-star. And even though Bennett's a 4-star. But, like, that's what makes him so good, though, is the fact that he has that. And then for Thoma, they nailed it perfectly. They said, give him a shield, sure. Give him off-field capabilities, because we know a lot of you already have damaged characters, especially in a time where we're putting two damage dealers as banners, right? We're putting Hu Tao and Child. So, with all of that in mind, right? With all of that in mind, you get those parts, and then you switch on over, right? You switch on over, and you get the most beautiful concept of having a shield character that does consistent output, right? That is one of the biggest issues with Chi-Chi. Even though Chi-Chi is a 5-star healer, right? Our big rule, right, is you need to be able to do more than just a single thing. You either need to be able to damage amp, provide shields, do something besides just heal, right? Besides just deal damage, besides just do one thing. You either create heavy reactions or something, right? So with all of that in mind, Chi-Chi's biggest issue was that her elemental skill, her E, is not consistent, like, ice damage. It's not consistent, like, it's not creating consistent reactions. So you're not actually getting a real benefit from it, which is unfortunate, because if you want to run superconduct comps, you really can't with a Chi-Chi healer. And what did they do with Thoma? They were like, we got you. We're putting AoE bursts out. His skill and for his ult when he has the shield on you for your characters who are on the field. Like, what? They literally fixed every issue I would have had with most of the other 5-stars that sometimes lack that, and made sure that he had those elements. That's why you should be rolling for Thoma. He is that damn good. So, just saying, that is my whole spiel about why you should be rolling for Thoma. Because you have a character who literally hits every goddamn nail on the head for what you need out of a support unit, what you need out of a shield carry unit. Not to mention, yeah, Thoma's like the perfect husband, and I love him. And he cooks and cleans and sews, and we love him. We love how domesticated he is. We love him. But, you know, like, if you want to talk about purely as like a character for comps, and for damage, and for like caring about how your builds work, he's excellent for that too. And also a hubby. But, like, yeah.